Hey everyone, Irit here with another process video for Shimmerz. Today again I started with looking through the products I want to use and then matching the colors of my mixed media supplies, in this case some ink sprays from Shimmerz, to the products I know I'm going to use. So I have this little moleskin watercolor paper sketchbook, and I use it as a swatch book, and I have all my Shimmerz products in it, so it's really easy when I want to kind of come up with a color scheme or try to match the colors to whatever products I want to use, whatever scrapbooking collection I want to use. It's really easy to have such a book, and I highly recommend, especially if you have a lot of paints and mists and you're not really sure, you don't know them so well. I mean, sometimes when you have fewer supplies, it's easier to remember how each color looks. But yeah, anyway, I really recommend keeping such a swatch book on hand. So what I'm going to use Felicity Jane kit later once I create my background, and it's an older kit called Willow, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it was one of the spring kits. And I'm also using a new stamp set that I got from Dilutions, and I think I will show you the name of the set. And I'm also using the Tim Holtz stamping platform. So this is the set that I got. It's called Branching Out, and it's a rubber stamp stamp. And the Tim Holtz stamping platform works really well with clear stamps and rubber stamp. You just have to turn the side of the clear platform. Super easy to use. So I came up with this really fun technique, I have to say, and you'll see me just creating a pattern on this 12 by 12 piece of white cardstock and using the platform. It is super easy to do. So I'm going to stamp with my shimmer sprays, and the colors that I'm using, I'm going to tell you. I used the Spritz spray in Caribbean Sunset, which is a lovely kind of orangey red, and also colorings in Peachy Keen. These are both kind of similar shades, and the yellow that I used is Tuscan Sun, but you can also use something like Goldilocks if you have that one, or Glorious Days. Those three are rather similar. And the blues that I used, which will come a bit later in the video, I'll tell you later when I use them. But basically you just spray your stamp lightly, and the more you spray, the more of a mess you're gonna make. So you kind of need to find that balance, but obviously this is a very loose, messy watercolor look, which I love, if you know my style. So basically what we're gonna do is I placed my stamp on the platform, and then I'm just going to repeat the stamping 4 times, and I'm going to create a pattern across my cardstock. I'm going to turn my cardstock 90 degrees each time and stamp, and you see that I don't have to move my stamp, and it creates a really fun background, and I just love how this turned out. Now I am using white cardstock, and it did buckle because I used a lot of mist here to get a nice kind of loose watercolory look. So either take that under consideration and be prepared to deal with it, or use something like watercolor paper, and then you won't have to worry. Obviously you can do the same with stamping inks or whatever you have on hand, but I find sprays really easy to use, and that's why I use them. So the second stamp in this set, I'm going to use a couple of blue colors, and I'm using Vibes Jenny B Blue, which is a lovely kind of teal color, and another vibes called Snow Way Man, which is this gorgeous light blue color. It's a little bit, I think it's almost like a turquoise, but it's not really. It's more of a blue, and it's just a gorgeous color. It's relatively new. I think it came out in last Christmas, so it's called Snow Way Man. It's a little bit lighter, and just gorgeous, gorgeous color. And you see me stamping again. I just placed the stamp, and then I'm turning my cardstock. And obviously, you can do this with any stamp that you have, but it works really well with these large leafy stamps from Dilutions. So that's it. Really fast and easy. I'm going to add some splatters, and now I'm going to let it dry completely. You can put a couple of, once it's dry, you can put some heavy books on it to flatten it. But you can see I used a lot of adhesive, and I mounted it on a 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper, and you see that it's not so bad. I mean, if you look carefully, you can maybe see a few lines there where the paper buckled, but all in all, it's really okay. So assembling this was really simple. I just used some papers to mat my photo on, and some embellishments. Most of them are from the Willow kit that I mentioned, but I think that wood veneer is from an even older kit. I just keep all my Felicity Jane kits together when I used to subscribe, so I keep them all together because they work really well together. They're very similar in style to one another from month to month. And that's it. So I hope you feel inspired to try something. Try stamping with your mists. You can either spray the stamp directly like I did, or spray something like a craft mat and then dip the stamp in it. I do this a lot and I love the look. Don't forget to mention my name if you place an order on the Shimmerz website, and you'll get a freebie. And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.